Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Man, it's Anelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. So yesterday, David Ortiz came out and called Mike Fiers a snitch for whistleblowing on the Astros. Let's get into this. Again, if you don't know, which you have to know by now if you're watching this, that Mike Fiers came out to The Athletic and basically let the whole world know that the Astros were cheating during 2017. When he was with the team, he was a starting pitcher. And he's kind of, I don't want to say he started this whole entire mess, but teams had been complaining for a long time, and Mike came out and gave the details finally, and he was on the team, so obviously he had a pretty good understanding of what was going on, okay? So here we are. And since that time, a lot of people have commended him for his bravery, for coming out and being able to let the world know, let MLB know, even though it's going to piss a lot of people off. And then you have a lot of other people that are coming out and calling him a snitch and a traitor. And so now you have David Ortiz. So at spring training, David was giving an interview, and this is what he said. He said, "I'm mad at this guy, the pitcher that came out talking about it. After you make your money, after you get your ring, you decide to talk about it. Why didn't you talk about it during the season when it was going on? Why didn't you say you didn't want to be part of it? That's my problem. Why didn't anyone say anything while it was going on?" Okay, so the first thing is, I think it's really, really tough. If you honestly put yourself into Mike Fiers' shoes during the 2017 season, Mike had a 5.22 ERA, and he needed that run support. You're not saying anything. I'm kidding. It has nothing to do with run support, okay? Although it could. I mean, it's nice to be able to get 8 runs scored for you a game, but that's not what I was going to say, okay? Put yourself in Mike's shoes. You're on a team. Your team literally becomes your family. Your teammates, most of them, end up feeling like your brother. You develop a special kind of bond with them. You're with them 24/7, especially if you play with the same team for a long time, okay? I think it's really, really difficult for somebody in that situation to be able to come out during the season, in the middle of this all going on, coming out to Major League Baseball and just say, "Hey, guys, we're cheating over here. We're in first place. We're winning a whole lot of games, but it's because we're cheating, and I think someone should step in right now and end this thing. Call off the season. Do something. Suspend all of us. Something, please." I just think that's hard. Even if you are the greatest person, you have the greatest heart in the world, I believe that would be a really, really difficult situation. I just can't see anyone doing it. Let me know if I'm wrong here. But I think in most instances, can you guys think of a situation? I'm trying to think of something where maybe something similar has happened and someone has come out about their own team, right? Not about someone else's team. That's obviously a lot easier, but about your own team. And say, "Hey, guys, we've got guys on our team cheating." Whatever it is. See if you can think of something and put it in the comment section below. Maybe it's something I'm just passing over and I can't think of. We also don't know what he said privately, what he said to his team. Maybe he told his team to knock it off, right? So, I don't know. I mean, he could have been there. He could have been the one on the trash can, boom, hitting that thing away, like, "Yeah, let's go." Like, he could have been that guy, but he could have also been somebody that said, "Guys, like, let's stop doing this." Excuse me. I'm still coughing a little bit. "Guys, let's stop doing this. Guys, this isn't right?" Maybe he went and talked to AJ Hinch. I don't know what he did. Maybe he did something. Maybe he did nothing. I just think it's tough to be able to, I think it's tough to say, "Oh, Mike, you should have come out. You should have come out and you should have ratted out your whole team while you were playing. You should have brought attention to it while you guys were in a World Series run." That sounds nice, and it sounds like, yeah, that's the right thing to do. I think that's a pretty difficult move. But now you're on a different team. So now, halfway through the 2018 season, you move to a different team. In 2019, you're with a different team. And now you're facing these guys. And now you have a new family and new brothers. And you're watching your brothers get the crap kicked out of them maybe when you're in Houston or anywhere. Is it because Houston hitters are really good? Yeah, some of it, yep. Is it because they could be cheating? Maybe. And so you start telling people, hey guys, we've got to do something to make sure that we're switching up our signs. We got to do this, we got to do that, because Houston's, they're really good at picking up signs. And hey, we've used this in the past, and we got to be careful here. And so that starts building. You start telling guys to watch out, because hey, I don't want my new teammates getting the hell beaten out of them. And I don't want my ERA to, instead of a 5.22 to go up to a 7.22 or be a 5.22 again. So I don't want them cheating against me. So I'm gonna start telling people. Like, I get that. And now we're in the 2019 season. It's like you're finally like, holy hell, guys, this is ridiculous. This has been going on for 3 years. Like, I'm tired of seeing it. You know what? I told my team everything. Oakland A's they had ended up putting in a complaint against the Astros to the MLB. A lot of teams ended up putting in complaints. Nothing was really being done. And maybe finally Mike's fed up with it and says, you know what? It's been a while now, and this has got to come to an end. We got to stop this. I've had some time to think about this. I'm going to talk. I get how that happens. And I get people like, well, yeah, it's so easy to talk then. Yeah, it is a lot easier to talk then. It is. But a lot had gone on for a long time, and maybe he was just fed up with it and finally wanted to come forward. Now, he also said, I said from the beginning, this is Mike Fiers, I'm not away from this. I was part of that team. I was one of those guys. Suspensions, fines, I'm willing to take as much punishment as they do. If they ask me to return the ring, it's not the end of the world. Okay? So, I don't think anything's going to happen to him. Obviously, nothing's going to happen to him. Maybe he's got to return the ring. And he seems to be okay with that. If he wasn't okay with that, he probably wouldn't have come out and said anything. So, that's what we got from Mike. Now, with Ortiz, I could see a lot of players, especially older school players that are a little bit older. I talked about in another video how baseball has this kind of code of silence where, what happens in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse. You don't talk about what happens inside your locker room. You don't talk about what happens in the dugout. You don't talk about anything. Anything that happened within the confines of the stadium and that happened in the team setting stays in that team setting, and you never say anything ever. And so I get why, especially, this was probably even more prevalent going back to the older players than it is now. Now, especially with social media and everything, a little bit more or a lot more gets out. But back in the day, nothing gets out, or else you're going to be in big trouble. And so I can see how players can get upset with that. But I think Ortiz, the interesting thing is, Ortiz in this case, I feel like, when you say this, as a player and you say this, it's almost like you're kind of standing up for the cheating a little bit. Don't rat out the cheaters. And, Ortiz from two different angles. One, he's part of the Red Sox, and they're being investigated currently. And then also, in 2013, with the list, with the whole steroid stuff, he was, on the list, apparently, allegedly. I haven't seen the list, but, everyone's heard that he was on the list. He was also he potentially cheated in 2003 with steroids and performance-enhancing drugs. So, I don't know. Ortiz usually will speak his mind and say stuff, and so I think that's fine. It's just interesting that the angle that he's taking, how his mind works when it comes to this cheating thing and whistleblowing and snitching and all that. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you to our patrons for supporting us on Patreon. We really, really appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all of our videos. And that's all we have. We'll talk to you later.